What a carry on I've had. So yesterday you will have noticed that there was no video. The reason for that being was makeup did not want to take to my skin. I think it's just so raw, especially yesterday, that makeup was just not sticking to a lot of areas. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll have seen I've had quite a breakout recently and I am still breaking out. What's causing it? I believe it is just the dry skin. So today's video is a video about the Technique Colour Wave. This thing here, I have never tried anything like this before. Unfortunately it got broken in the post, so there's a little corner piece missing, this bit right here. But this is the shade Bronzed Bay, so it's beautifully baked and perfectly pigmented eye and cheek palette. So I'm going to be doing my eyes with this palette and my cheeks, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to be doing any contour today. Today I'm applying my Bare Face Chick mattifying primer. I've used this a few times, this in every video. I quite like it and it is very cheap. Foundation is of course my Fuera foundation. This is in the shade 102 Nude. I'm just going to start applying my primer. This will hopefully help make a barrier between my foundation and all. Now that we have the primer on, we can start applying the foundation. Do you see the crazy roots on my hair? This is madness. Absolutely madness. I mean, I can't do anything with it. It's at that awkward length where it's too short to do anything, but it's too long to do anything with it. It's infuriating. Another thing that I have started doing, that I've incorporated into my weekly routine, is a positive journal. I don't know what else you would call it, but it's basically any kind of little notebook, and what you do is you write things in it that make you happy or that have made you happy, positive things like what you're grateful for or who you're grateful for. And basically the principle behind this is that it's 5 minutes of positive thinking. Ideally you would do it first thing in the morning. You could also do it last thing at night to help your brain stay positive so that you get a good night's sleep. If you're prone to nightmares, this can certainly help. But I was doing it because sometimes I find myself in a rut where I've been really down for no reason, or just mood wise, you know, I'm missing life before lockdown. Not that I did much, definitely, but I miss being able to go to the supermarket on a Friday when we'd done the shopping, and it was just a silly thing like that. So I bought myself a little flamingo notebook, and I have found that writing in this, and it's just a small notebook, just a little page about things that are positive, that make me happy, has really helped just set you up for the rest of the day. So I think it's a really good idea to help you stay positive. And I think as well, doing 15 minutes of stepping on the spot, something as simple as that, also makes you more productive. That's something I've been doing. I am in a group that we all do it together, but it just gets the blood flowing and the heart rate up. You don't need to go fast. You can do whatever you find comfortable, starting off slow and building up. And it's just, the girls in the group are so positive and proactive that you bounce off their energy, and it's just brilliant. I am certainly more productive when I take part, and we do it every day, Monday to Friday. I mean, one of the ladies are actually going to be doing it over the weekend as well, because we really enjoy it. So I'm really looking forward to that. I highly recommend doing things like that if you are in lockdown and you're not exactly enjoying it, which I don't think too many people are enjoying it, but easy, achievable things are great in helping you stay focused and busy. especially when something's achievable. It helps you feel really good that you have achieved something and you did that. Even organising your drawers, cleaning your drawers. I find even something as stupid as if you've got a cutlery holder in a drawer where in your kitchen all your cutlery stored, those things gather dust like mad. It's as though they're a magnet for dust and crumbs, and especially sugar, and I can't stand crumbs being in a cutlery tray. It drives me up the wall. So I hoover the entire drawer out, wipe it down, and this maybe takes 10-15 minutes. But the difference after it, and you'd be surprised, because generally those drawers are a catch-all drawer. You'd be surprised at the amount of stuff you end up throwing in the bin, or giving away, or coming across something that you actually needed but you forgot you even had it. So highly recommend that. Or tidying your linen cupboard. Oh my days. No linen, I don't think I've ever seen someone who has a perfect linen cupboard all the time. But the sense of achievement, the amazing tidiness of that is just, again, it's self-rewarding, and you can do it at home and it doesn't cost a penny. It doesn't have to be a linen cupboard. It could be your underwear cupboard drawer. I mean, if you've got a cupboard, you're so lucky. But anything, and all these silly things, well, that seems so silly, can really have a positive impact on your life. Anywho, back to the makeup. So today, thankfully, my skin is certainly taking this a lot better than it was yesterday. And yesterday as well, when I did try to film, it was so loud. We have 4 dogs. I have a Rottie Crossbill Mastiff and a Chihuahua, and we have 2 bulldogs. And yesterday they were just being so noisy. So noisy that I couldn't film. And every time I thought that the house had quieted down, because first thing in the morning when it's just me up, the dogs are really quiet, you don't hear a squeak out of them. When my partner gets out of bed, they go nuts, and then they hear the postman, they hear the delivery people, they hear gates opening and closing, and they just bark. And with having a Rottie Crossbill Mastiff, he has a very loud bark, and my Chihuahua has a very loud bark. If you know about Chihuahuas, you will know they are very yappy. She isn't actually yappy, she has a fairly decent bark for being a Chihuahua, but she will bark, and you can hear it for some reason on this phone so well in the recording. To me it doesn't sound very loud, but I'm hard of hearing. It doesn't sound very loud to me, but I can hear it. But then when I watch this back on full volume, I can hear her over the top of me. She is so loud. So that was another reason that yesterday, now I'm back to drinking ground coffee again, and it's jittery, lovely. By the end of this video I'll have drank so much coffee that I'll basically see noise. If you're a coffee drinker who obsessively drinks coffee, you will know what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set my foundation. I think my skin is so dry that it's ate any tackiness that would have been there, but I'm going to set it just to make sure that it lasts. My eyes are creasing like mad. Where's my sponge? They're creasing insanely. I have noticed that my eyelids for some reason have been particularly, I want to say oily, and I know that you have very few, I think it's sebaceous glands there, so this area can get quite dry, or it doesn't have any, I can't remember, but I am being so kind to my skin just now. I'm trying to drink plenty of water as well, and copious amounts of coffee. I'll be the test subject to tell you if caffeine has any anti-aging effects. I've got so many little spots and they're sore. Especially this section of my face here. I've had a right wee cluster break out and it's so sore. So tender. But yeah, so the coffee machine was only £25. And it has a timer on it, so you can set it the night before, fill it with your water, fill it with your coffee, and the next morning you set it to whatever time you want. You get up and it's already made, or it's making itself. I love the smell of freshly brewed coffee, especially from coffee beans. I absolutely love it, and it's just been so nice the past couple of mornings waking up and that coffee machine is bubbling away and the smell of fresh coffee. Oh, just beautiful. So it is. Right, let's talk about the Technic Colour Wave palette. This was $5.99. I got it from eBay, and I've seen similar things to this, but I've never ever had anything like it, and I decided that now would be a great time to try something new. My thoughts behind this was that it would be great to maybe use if I was ever travelling or going somewhere, that I would have this that done eyes and cheeks, and it's got varying colours in it. However, I do think this may be quite fragile to put in a suitcase or a bag where it's going to bang about, because as I said, the top corner of this just a small piece cracked. So I don't know, but I think it would be quite cool to have. I love matchy things, and I think it could be quite cool to have a blusher that matches your eyeshadow. And I'm going to start this look using my very dense flat eyeshadow brush. I'm going to start at the lightest shade, which is over here, glittery, maybe shimmer, or at least yeah, it could be very, oh, you can see that. This might be really nice for a no makeup look in a sense, but I feel this could be great for making you just look awake and ready for the day. I really love shimmery things just now, because I think shimmer is really a great way to make yourself look really awake. Can you see? Like, this side has none, but it's just a very faint colour. I don't know how well you can see the colour, or if you can just see the sort of shimmer, but the colour is very subtle. Very subtle. But that is quite pretty. And I've took to watching cleaning videos on YouTube again. That was something that I loved watching, and I made myself sick of watching it because I watched cleaning videos. I overwatched them to the point I just couldn't watch them anymore, and it's been months since I have watched them. So I've started watching them again, and people's evening routines, people's morning routines, because you'd be amazed just how much stuff you end up incorporating into your own routine. So let's make up my base shade down. I'm going to jump into this very bronzy colour here, which is in the middle. I don't know how well you can see the different shades. I'm going to put this into my crease. I'm going to need to blend it out with another brush. But so far these are going on quite nice and subtle. I think for $5.99 for the amount of product that you get is pretty cool. I think this is going to be more of a highlighter for the cheeks with a blush type thing, so don't think you would use a highlighter on top of this. I'm taking my little fluffy brush, this one here, just to buff out some of this darker shade. So don't think you would apply a highlight with this, and I don't think you would use a blush alongside this because it is already pigmented. I think this is one of those things that is a bit of both, and it'd be nicer on its own. I'm going to go back in with my fluffy brush into the dark colour. Just going to try and build it up a little bit. The more I work with this palette, the more the pigments start to come out. I do quite like this. It's not, I wouldn't reach for this if I was going like a night out unless it was maybe like for a meal or, you know, something a bit more retained, then I would reach for this palette. But it is very pretty. I would say if you were struggling for a eyeshadow look, or you were looking for something very quick, I would certainly recommend this, because it's so easy. I mean, you could probably run your brush up and down the whole colour. I'm going into the very end shade here, which I think is slightly darker than the middle one. Just got to try and deepen out the outer corner just a little bit. But I think you could literally run your brush over the whole thing and put that on just the top lid, and it would just add a nice shimmer to the eyes. But I do quite like it. I think it's very cute. It's different. I'm quite happy with that actually. As much as it's not, pardon me, as much as it's not an insanely pigmented product, I do really like that. I think it's really nice for what it is, and it's super easy. I'm just going to blend. I feel there's a harsh line, so I'm just softly blending out the edges of the colour. There we go. But they blend out really well. I think it's just a really nice shimmery colour. I quite like that. I mean, obviously you could pick one colour out of that and do your entire lid with it. If you just wanted something very light and pinky or shimmery, you do get different colours. Of this, I believe you get one that's a lot more pink, and I think it has green and purples in it. But this was the only one that I saw. So next up, I'm going to do my blush with the same palette. For blush, I'm using my tapered blush brush. Managed to say it this time without stumbling over my words. And I'm just going to run it over the entire brick. I'll run it over, tap off any excess. Oh, pretty. Yeah, I wouldn't put highlighter on this. It has a slight colour to it, as you can see. So again, personally, for me, I wouldn't use a blusher or a highlight with this. I would use it solely on its own. There is a slight, wow. Oh, look at it just highlighting those spots. Sexy. It's like putting chrome on your face. Oh God, what have I done? I'm going to need to try and blend this out a little bit. Or, wow, I went patchy. I'm going to need to fix this with my makeup sponge. Okay. Every day is a learning day. This is just going to help tone this down. Just a little bit. So for the cheeks, when I mastered the method of this, I think very pretty, very glowy. Maybe for your cheeks, don't run over the entire brick. I don't know what you call this thing. It reminds me of a brick, so I'm calling it a brick. Stumbling over my words after being able to say blush brush. Disappointed that I stumbled over the other word. What have I done? I feel I have a line. Maybe? Yeah. There was a line. That line is no longer. So my face, from what I can see looking at the camera, you can really see the darker shade in that palette, so I'm just really trying to tone that down a little bit. I think I'm going to put powder over the top of this again, but I think if I was a little bit more careful and chose the more purplier shades, I think this could be a beautiful little shimmer of colour to your face. Wow, that's just crazy. You can still slightly see. That was a moment. I really thought, oh dear Lord, please don't tell me I'm going to need to go and wash my entire face. I'm not even going to chance this with that brush. I'm just going to go into the beginning colour, which is the very pink. It's a beautiful highlight, it really is. Oh, she's crazy. Don't look at that side, you can see my spots, but look just how, imagine if I hadn't done that weird colour. That would have been very, very pretty. I'm going to cut on my lashes, I'm going to throw some mascara on just to wear, and then we'll come back and run through what my thoughts. And we're back. I have my mascara on. For mascara, I used a different mascara. I like catching these out. For mascara, I don't know what it says. I use this, and I've used this many, many times. It's actually my third tube. I do quite like it. It's a fibre mascara, and that's about all I can tell you about it, in that it's very cheap on eBay. For the lips, I actually used a balm, I think it is. It is Bekndr, or from Bekndr. It's one of these. It changes colour when it touches your lips into another stuff. It's alright, but it's just my thoughts on the Technic Colour Wave. I think it's really, really handy. I think, again, it's something different. I recommend this to someone who is looking for a very, very easy, foolproof eyeshadow look, because it's very flattering on the eyes and there's quite a lot of different looks you could do. Yes, I will remember to be careful next time when applying it to my cheeks. I didn't expect it to go as dark with the brown shade that was there, but I think it's so versatile. I think it's really, really nice, and it's nice to have cheeks that match in the eyes, and when I'm looking in the mirror at it, there's something quite cute about it being matchy-matchy, because I've never had the same products on my cheeks. I've never had the same product on my cheeks as my eyes, so it's something different for me. I did really enjoy it, and for $5.99, what's the harm? I think it's worth a try for everyone. So guys, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so that you get all notifications of my upcoming videos. I hope you'll join me again. Thank you so much. Bye guys, have a nice day.